Welcome, everyone. Hi, I'm Deborah Gardner, your host here at Hospitality Today Live. And as you know, it has been a fantastic day here celebrating International Hospitality Women's Day, where we are the first ever to launch this incredible celebration of women from around the world. And why? Well, this special day helps not only celebrate women, but it also advances them. It also has a call to action in the hospitality profession to make sure that women continue on the international stage in the industry. And we are so delighted to continue on this broadcast today. And now, we have someone very, very special that I am so excited about having today. And she is incredible. And you're going to just love her and really want to hear what she has to say. We're talking about Meena Bhatia. Meena is the Vice President and General Manager of La Meridien in New Delhi, India. Yes, she is here to represent the country of India. And Meena is going to actually talk about how the hospitality landscape in India could easily be different or similar than anywhere else in the world and what that looks like. She's also going to talk about women in India, how they connect, how they collaborate, especially in the industry, along with other challenges that women are facing in India and some tips that she wants to share as well, along with what are the changes she sees in the future of women in hospitality. So don't go away. We'll be right back right here on Hospitality Today Live. Well, we are so excited here to talk to Meena Bhatia, who is all the way on the other side of the world right now, a 12 to 13-hour difference. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Hi, Deborah. I must congratulate you for, first of all, celebrating this very important day in such a magnanimous way. Really, it is truly a pleasure to be a part of this show all the way from India. I am grateful to Hospitality Today Live and to you for celebrating women and our role in the hospitality business. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
that is so, so sweet of you. Thank you so much. And the beauty of this entire process today is that I'm the one that actually gets to meet fantastic, brilliant women like yourself. And there is no one better than to talk to than you in India, because you are the Vice President and General Manager of the La Meridien New Delhi there in India. Can you give us a little bit of your background and your success story to becoming such a prominent businesswoman in India?
Thank you, Deborah. And yes, of course, I have spent more than 4 decades in this business, and I joined the industry at a time when women in India, we have a conservative society, but not so suitable or considered so to be so suitable for the hospitality industry. Let me put it very bluntly: parents did not think that women who went to work in hotels did have any good future matrimonial prospects. So, my parents were not very happy about it. I was not allowed to actually go to a hotel school to study and make a career in the business. But they say that in India we believe in destiny, and they say when I was destined to be in the business, I entered the business by default, and I, without actually a formal education, but I moved up my way and have spent 4 decades now in the business. And I must tell you that if I was to be reborn in another world, I would again choose the profession because I've enjoyed every moment of being in the hospitality business.
Wow, that is incredible to hear, because a lot of women in the hospitality industry would love to be successful like you. And to know that you had that barrier and yet you were persistent and you knew exactly what you wanted. And so, congratulations. Very well done. And I know India is so proud to have you as well. And I know that there's a lot of things that are going on in your country, just like here in the United States. I mean, for example, the return of travel here in the United States has really hit the brakes several different times because of the pandemic. And companies are starting to reevaluate their plans to return back on the traveling road. Is that the same case in your country as well?
Yes, it's pretty much the same case. For the last 18 months, I think it's been like a roller coaster drive for for everybody here because there are slowdowns, lockdowns, cut downs, there are things, mutations coming, first wave, second wave, and God knows what, and God knows where it's going to end. But it's only taught us one thing, that we need to be resilient. We need to get used to this new life. It's not something temporary. I think it's going to come, maybe not in this form, in some other form. So I think one lesson that we've all learned is to be resilient and be prepared for anything. This was the I mean, I don't think anything can be worse than what happened with us, with the whole world. But you never know, tomorrow can be brighter, but again this kind of a situation may come, so we have to be prepared. So obviously there was a lot of realignment to be done and business had to be reset. Unfortunately for India, it happened at a time when tourism in India was like a maturing market for us. We were Our demand and supply were going hand in hand, growing at a 5 to 6% pace, and India saw one of the best year in 2019 for tourism, growth of 4% in tourist arrivals in India. International players were entering the market like anything. We have great Indian hospitality players in the market, but we have also 50% almost share is now with the international chains. We have the Marriotts, the Wyndhams, the Intercontinentals, everybody here. And I thought that, it was really robust. The market was really robust and very ready for a future that we have all been dreaming about. Unfortunately, it was not to be, but like they say, hospitality teaches us a lot. It teaches us to bend down and come back straight. You can be bruised but not broken. So you get bruised and you stand up again. And so that's exactly what happened with us. Suddenly there was a lockdown and we had to shut shop. No, we don't shut a hotel because we have guests who are stranded. We have commitments. We have employees. So we didn't actually have a shutdown. We operated the hotel in the peak of the pandemic with just 10 guests in the hotel,
Okay.
uh, with no revenues, but the team was there. We were housing our team right in the hotel. And we managed, but we also knew that there was something beyond just making money. And that time, money was not on anybody's mind. So we got engaged with the community. We are not a very wealthy economy. So we had people on the roads. We needed to help our community. There were people who, were hungry for food. So, and it's not only just our hotel. I think I'm so proud that the entire hospitality industry came together. We were serving, our kitchens were busy serving food. Our,
Good.
our housekeeping was making masks for everybody on the roads.
Oh,
We were
good.
taking out our pillows and bed sheets and, making COVID care centers. So we did all of that. And I think we may not be very wealthy, but we are a very blessed society. So we were able to manage the crisis. We got up back on our feet. Uh, COVID went and came back with a vengeance. That was a very tough time for us, the second wave, with shortage of beds. But again, and especially, I'm so proud of the women organizations here, some of them whom we collaborate with. We had help groups. We managed to save so many lives, managed to get beds, hospital beds, oxygen
Wow.
cylinders.
Wow.
It was incredible. And
Wow.
I think it was the society was really larger than the administration, I must say, at that
Yeah,
time.
well, it's interesting because back in my hotel day, we had to learn how to cross train. And talking about having to cross train during something like this, I bet you were ending up making some beds and working the front desk as well, just to make sure ends were met and everybody was, taken care of.
So the most challenging thing was to train the people. Rather, we had to untrain quite a bit of our hospitality sequences, because we always said, always make an eye contact with your guest, always shake hands, acknowledge him. And now we are telling them, no, 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 you're behind the screen. You don't go near the guests. Talk from a distance. Wear your mask. So, where's the smile? So all of that changed, but it
Yeah, it
had to be.
does.
Yeah. So
It
it was a
does.
lot
It
of, yeah.
Yeah, and you talk about the challenges. Let's switch our thought process to women in the hospitality industry. What are some of the challenges that women face in the industry in your country, and how can they, change all that to be successful like you?
So, women, I think across the world, in G20 countries, I think hospitality industry employs almost about 39% women. In India, we only have 17% women in the industry. And that's not a very good situation to be in.
No.
I think the hospitality industry naturally belongs to women. And I don't say that because we are the softer gender or we are the natural caregivers. I say that because women are stronger, they collaborate, they are good, they're strong to build teams. They're more effective in training people, in understanding people. And I think, they show the strength and courage. They embrace all this with ease and comfort. So I think, we naturally belong to this industry. And it is pretty, I mean, like, for example, if you look at the kitchen, for example, we should have been actually ruling the kitchens, but in the hospitality industry we don't. There are very few women in the kitchen. So these things need to change, and I'm so glad that you're putting this show together to celebrate womanhood here. And actually, I would like to use this platform to, communicate to all my colleagues, young ones who are coming into the industry, that it is an industry that belongs to us, and we must make the most of it. There are challenges. We face challenges like inflexible hours, unbalanced work life status, like things like uh, being treated differently, biases. But I'm saying, where doesn't it happen? And I think it all depends on us. How we navigate these challenges really is in our own control. And I also want to convey to everybody that when you move up the ladder, when you are in a position of authority, these kind of biases, they just disappeared. They disappear like anything, because women then are respected for what they achieve. So I think, and I think, I would like to repeat one of the quote that I think quite you must be quite familiar with, because it's from your Vice President Kamala Harris, whose mother once said that you may be the first one to be doing something, but make sure you're not the last one to be doing that. So, we need to set the stage for the generations to come so that they find it more easy. But also, we need to inspire them to understand that even if it is not easy, don't grieve and don't give up. It is your right to stand up, get into position of authority, and then make stage and place for everybody else who's following you.
Wow, I love what you're saying here, and talking about a platform of a great quote is that you said women belong in the hospitality industry. And I love the example about, being in the kitchen. By all means, you're absolutely right. And oh my gosh, I should have had a V8. But that's why you are in the position that you are, being so successful, because you see these things. You experience these things for many years, and being in the position that you're in, My goodness, I never even thought about women definitely can be very successful in the kitchen, but yet are afraid to, or not taking the opportunity to be where they're really good at as well. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. I really, really enjoyed that. And I know our viewers are going to just, also go, my gosh, you should have had a V8. So those are excellent, excellent challenges and some of those tips there. So what would you, maybe just one thing like to see change in the future for women in the hospitality industry? We know what we need to do, but what is that one thing that you would like to see changed for women in hospitality?
I would like the women in the hospitality business to not give up, because the only reason that women don't reach the top in this industry is because they give up in the middle management level because of the reasons that I just mentioned. So I would really urge them to make an effort to cross those barriers and move up in life and make a career in the hospitality industry, because I think that the industry has a lot more to give us. It not only just gives us a career, I think it develops you as a person. Today, whatever I have achieved, everything that I have in life today is because of where I am in my professional career. And my message is very clear that do not give up in life, do not give up in the early stages. If you come to this industry, come with a determination to grow and get to the top, get to
Oh,
the leadership position. We miss women in the leadership role, so please don't give up.
that is really good advice. Don't give up. And also possibly maybe lean on some, women that have been there like you, because it seems like the theme today is about, getting a mentor to help you elevate yourself and to accelerate your goals in the industry. And you are one person that I know a lot of women would love to talk to and to learn from you. And yet at the same time, we would probably like to know, who inspires you? Who mentors you? Who do you look up to that keeps you going? Because it's sometimes, when you're at the top of your career, which I know you probably have so many other goals ahead of you, who do you lean on? Who inspires you to keep moving forward?
So for me, it was to be in this industry was my own individual goal, and at that time I was not just inspired by women, but I was inspired by the people in the industry, many top leadership in the industry, and I was really inspired by them. And I did not see the difference between a man and a woman stepping into the role. I just simply did not see that reason. And I simply did not see any reason why, as a woman, I could not reach there. So I set my dreams based on my bosses. When I joined the industry and I was working at the front desk, and we had a general manager. So uh, I had a dream to be there, and I never could imagine that a woman could think differently, because that didn't cross my mind. So that didn't hamper my dreams, and that's what So and then, like I said, that I came from a society that was more conservative, and women were not uh, seen as the breadrunners or breadwinners in the families, and their role was not clearly identified as to be equal to men. But at the same time, we had many women in the country who were in leadership roles. Our prime minister, for example, at that time, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, she was a great inspiration. She was one of the longest serving prime ministers of the country. So,
Oh,
that is the reason that we never thought differently.
wow, that is amazing. Definitely amazing. Well, I think this is just incredible to hear from you with your brilliant wisdom that you're sharing here today. Are there any other tips that you would like to share? Anything that you've always wanted to say to the industry or to women as a whole?
Uh, well, to women, I would again say that reach out to each other, collaborate, uh, and just learn to use your power and influence. Many a times we underestimate our own power.
Yes.
Women don't go like we go, and typically in the beginning of the career, I have done the same thing. Going to something to negotiate your salary or something and say, I'm really sorry to bother you, but can I talk to you? You don't need to do that. I know women who go to talk like this, they were considered aggressive, but if a man would discuss this, he was considered to be smart in the man. So these kind of things will happen, but you have to show your power, your influence, uh, have the confidence and courage, and use your abilities and skills to the best of the opportunity.
Absolutely. Great, great advice. I totally agree with you on this. Well, and of course, we're just getting started as this is the first ever International Hospitality Women's Day. And I know that within your country, it will expand on this platform to make sure that
Yes,
all,
absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. That makes a big, huge difference if we can get everybody on board at the same time. Well, I guess how quickly this time has gone for both of us. I do have one very important question to ask you, and all the women are answering it today as well. What does international hospitality today mean to you personally?
Great. That's a fantastic question, and I wanted to actually, steal that question away before even you said it. So I think it is a great day to celebrate because it can bring it. It can open doors for us to collaborate with each other globally, to understand and share experiences from one another, and perhaps open our wisdom, share knowledge, and best practices, get inspired by each other, make place for everybody. And as a community of women in the hospitality industry, I think we can make ourselves more powerful, strong, and a force to be reckoned with.
I couldn't agree with you even more. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that. Well, of course, we know many of our viewers watching today are definitely going to want to connect with you and to talk to you even more. And I know we could have actually spent a couple hours here talking to each other. So I'm going to show our viewers where they can actually connect with you, which happens to be your email and website. Any other way that you would like the women of hospitality to connect with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I also sit on the advisory board of Women in Indian Chambers of Commerce. So anyone who wants to reach out, Vicky is the name of that platform. You can reach out to us there. I'm pretty active on my social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, uh, not so much Twitter. So we can leave that for the politicians. So, yeah. So happy to connect on any of these platforms. Please reach out to me. My email address is there, and I would be very, very happy to connect with more people and talk to more people, learn from everybody, and share my journey of 4 decades in the hospitality industry with anyone who would like to know what are the challenges and what were the ways to overcome those challenges in a
Wonderful.
society in India.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful. Well, and if anybody knows the challenges and those answers and solutions to those challenges, it certainly would be you. So we cannot thank you enough to be here with us today on this very special celebration day, kickoff, launch, whatever we want to talk about, because I know you'll run with it in your country as well as all the rest of the women that we've been interviewing today as well. So Meena, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Deborah, and congratulations to all the women who are celebrating this day with us.
Oh,
Thank
that
you.
is wonderful. You're absolutely right, and we're going to continue that on right after this episode. So thank you. This is Meena Bhatia, and we certainly again want to say thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Bye
Bye,
bye.
Meena. Well, there you go. Just a brilliant woman, clear across the world that actually shared with us some brilliant ideas, talked about the challenges and the tips that she has from her standpoint of view and her perspective. Well, why not? As the vice president and the general manager of Meridien New Delhi, India, how can you not listen to this woman? So we want to thank her so much for being with us today. And we want to continue this wonderful day here celebrating the International Hospitality Day. So don't go far. We'll be right back. And then we'll be able to really kick this off even to next year. Let's make it an annual thing. And again, if you have any comments or suggestions, by all means, definitely come and talk to us at hello@Hospitality Today Live, and you'll be able to see all these replays as well if you want to see them again and pick up some even more tips and suggestions and advice from these business women. Other than that, we definitely will be back, so don't go far.